Nigerians, the Nollywood industry, people here love Bollywood. The whole shoot in 20 days. So that was a whirlwind, like sleepless nights, trying to worry about the production side of things, as well as I was in it. So there was a lot of memorizing lines while moving. In regards to getting into the movie industry in general, it's a dream I've had since I was a kid. I've always wanted to get into this industry.
Hi guys, welcome to Instant Bollywood. मेरा नाम चांदनी है and I have someone really special with me today. She is not only an entrepreneur but also a writer and a director now and motivational speaker, life coach. मतलब इतने सारे talent हैं आप में, मैं क्या बताऊँ. She has came up with her new film Namaste Wahala on Netflix by the way. जो बहुत ही अच्छी इंडो नाइजेरियन मूवी है पहली एंड काफी कॉमेडी है, बॉलीवुड ट्विस्ट है, काफी एक्साइटिंग मूवी है और ट्रेंडिंग पे है वर्ल्ड वाइड नंबर 6, तो देखनी है, सबको देखनी है. ठीक है. वेलकम टू इंस्टेंट बॉलीवुड मैम.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
आई एम लविंग दैट ऑलवेज बी थैंकफुल पीछे जो लिखा है. आई थिंक दैट फीलिंग ऑफ ग्रैटिट्यूड फॉर एवरीथिंग शुड बी देयर एंड आई थिंक पैंडेमिक ने सबसे ज्यादा हमें वही सिखाया है.
Totally. You've seen the movie?
आई हैव सीन
Okay, so this song,
बट
I
वी आर
mean,
नॉट गोना गिव एनी स्पॉयलर्स.
no spoilers, but this
नथिंग.
message is a very big part of it. And I don't know if you caught that, but that's also my motto for my motivational speaking courses. So hence why it's always around me. And you probably will spot it in the movie. That's not a spoiler for the story, but the sign is very me.
Definitely, definitely. How was your pandemic, by the way?
The pandemic was very interesting. I finished shooting in February, and we were meant to rush for post production and release in cinema in April. So I flew from Nigeria to India and finished all the editing in March and literally landed back home in Lagos, and then the world shut down. So it was a little bit of a shock. I mean, of course, I'm sure everyone was in the same position. No one expected this, right?
Definitely.
But you know what, this sign helped me always be grateful, because things come your way, and if you focus on what you have and focus on what you can be grateful for, things just work out. And at that point, yes, I was a little bit like, oh no, we were meant to release and everything got delayed. I had to do the entire post-production because the pandemic kept extending. So we did the entire post-production virtually. So I was online in Nigeria because I was doing my post-production in India, and instead of 1 or 2 months of post-production, we took 6 months because a lot of things were
Wow.
closed. But in a way, in the big picture, it ended up working for us, because look where we are today. I had no idea we were going to get a global release, and that will be
Yes.
trending in the top 10. I hear it's number 2 in India today. I'm having all
Oh
my
my
friends from India
God.
message me that please we're trying to get everybody to number 1, you know?
Yes, guys. Let's do this. Come on, guys. Instant Bollywood की जगह आप please जल्दी से जाके देखिए नमस्ते वहाला
Thank you.
and let's get it on trending number 1.
Yes, that would be great.
Starting with, you are a motivational speaker and entrepreneur and life coach. तो ये writing और direction में interest कैसे आया?
So I'm more director, producer, writer. Very honestly, we did a lot of writer workshops, and the concept was mine. But I did hire screenplay writers to actually physically write the script. In regards to getting into the movie industry in general, it's a dream I've had since I was a kid. I've always wanted to get into this industry. Yeah, I was running a restaurant for 7 years. I'd opened a restaurant here called Bistro 7, and it was my baby. So literally, I was working on it, expanding it, running it. And then after 7 years of doing it, I'm like, you know what? I think it's time to go after my dream. But because this was such a full-time job, again, part of my workshop is to go after what you want. I also believe in the law of attraction. So I attracted to me the right partner that came along and bought the restaurant. I'm still a partner in it, a silent partner. I don't have to run it, but it's still there because I never wanted to shut it down with everything that went into it. And it just left me free to now follow this path. And what a magical path it's been. I didn't end up, when I started, what I wanted was a learning curve. Namaste Wahala was my schooling, because I had no formal education in filmmaking. And I decided to use this movie to learn, because I always believe you learn by doing, as much as studying is important. And I do have formal education in restaurants and a business degree. With filmmaking, I said, let me do it the flip and let me just learn on the job. And so that's what this movie was all about, learning. And I'm just so honored that it's gone to the world.
But ये concept दिमाग में कैसे आया कि एक इंडो नाइजीरियन मूवी बनानी चाहिए?
So basically, Nigerians, the Nollywood industry, people here love Bollywood. It's a huge,
Really?
huge influence. Yes. So people know like Amitabh Bachchan, Shami Kapoor more than even I do. You know, some of the more veteran actors, when they were
Wow.
younger, quote lines from old movies. They know Ye Vada Raha. You know, the father of the main character, his favorite song is Kabhi Kabhi. You know, so that's what's amazing about over here. And also Z Cinema is huge here. People absolutely love all these TV shows. So hence why you'll see a lot of cheese in this movie, and it's done very purposely because people love it. It's like an escape sort of story. And what happens with Z Cinema, it comes in, gets dubbed in English. But what I'm noticing, you know, you go to a hairdresser, you go to a salon, restaurant, and you'll see it in the background, but there'll be different accents. So you'll have a lady fully clad in a sari, and then there'll be a South African voice or a British voice over. So it wasn't as, I don't know, I feel it's not as authentic or organic as if you have a proper Indian speaking in, you know, his or her accent. And then what we try to do is fuse the Nollywood, because Nollywood's amazing here. It's super vibrant, really trending right now. So I thought, why not add the two together since people love both and see what we get? And we got Namaste Wahala.
That's lovely. That's fantastic. You have directed for the first time. How was the experience like?
As I said, it was a proper school. You know, I learned so much. Like, honestly, I say that this is probably equivalent to 4 years in film school. I had a lot of different cast and crew that came in. We had Nigeria side, we had India side. And like I said, thank God to the pandemic. Honestly, I'm even saying I'm grateful for it because I had more time. And while we were doing post production, because we had so much time, I was able to learn the nitty gritty, you know, down to the grading, down to the sound. Regarding production, we did the whole shoot in 20 days. So that was a whirlwind, you know, like sleepless nights, trying to worry about the production side of things, as well as I was in it. So there was a lot of memorizing lines while moving, you know, so it was interesting. I don't regret it. I love it. And I just am so excited to put my learning for the next one.
That's lovely. Which was your favorite part from the movie that you loved directing? You know, I was particularly I was looking forward for directing this scene.
My favorite was the taxi driver and Mira scene when Mira lands
Oh
in
my
Nigeria.
god, that was hilarious.
Oh, I'm glad you loved it. And you know what's funny? That wasn't in the script. But you see, Brother Shaggy, who's a taxi driver, is a super famous comedian here. So once we signed him on, there was no way he was just going to pick Mira up and drop her. We had to have fun with that scene. So I actually have a BTS. I mean,
Because वो लैंग्वेज वाली बैरियर आ जाती है ना, मतलब मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, ये क्या बोल रहा है मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
yeah, and I have a BTS on that where it was literally Sujata Sehgal, the actress, speak in Hindi, and taxi driver speak in pidgin English and just go. So we did that quite a few. It was so much fun. And what I was doing was translating because, you know, Sujata wouldn't understand pidgin English. Neither would Brother Shaggy understand Hindi. But that was what was so funny and so organic about it because they didn't understand, you could see, you know, and they just
Exactly.
both fantastic.
like ये हो क्या रहा है यार, ये क्या बोल रहा है, ये क्या बोल रही है.
Yeah, I was laughing through it the whole direction. So.
You know, talking about BTS, what all fun things you guys did on set? Because I really want to know. Because एक language वाला जब चीज हो जाता है ना, तो ऐसा लगता है कि pranks and all कुछ हुए थे या क्या क्या हुआ था.
So little things, like some of the things I remember, you know, we were teaching Ruslan Naija moves, you know, you have Afro beats, Naija moves. So he was learning all the steps. Vice versa with Ini, the Nigerian actress. She'd never done a song number before. So if you see the DJ Suketu song, Ruslan just knows. He's used to singing and dancing to people. So we were trying to teach her, what the word nakras was and how she had to do her face. And it was just really funny because like even the other day, she sent me a voice note, what's that word you were telling me? Nakras. You know, so that kind of fun. I remember another day we were teaching each other galis in Hindi and and pidgin. So that was fun, you know, having each of them say it in their own language, but not telling them what they were saying. So it was fun.
That is so. Did you guys do any like pranks or like prank calls and stuff like that, and like anything very like funny?
You know, to be honest, I don't think we had time for prank calls because we did all this in 20 days. So it was more fun on set. What I can tell you is we did other things like we meditated on set every day and we did a gratitude. So this always be thankful. I brought a lot of that in. So everybody from the cast or crew, whoever was on set that day, had to stop for the first 10 minutes and do a meditation with me. It was a guided meditation as well as a gratitude circle where each of us went around and said one thing that we're grateful for. And yes, sometimes we'd had laughs from there, sometimes we had tears from that. So it was quite a heartwarming experience.
That's lovely. Talking about Nakras, you have told in one of your interviews that you're a big Karan Johar fan, right? Karan Johar की
Yes.
पिक्चरों के आप बहुत बड़े fan हो.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite Karan Johar movie, and do you have any special memory?
I can't tell you which is my, I have four, the top four, his top four from
Correct.
back in the day. But you know, I started with Kuch Kuch and I was sold on Kuch Kuch. And then when I saw Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum, I'm like, oh my God, this is even better. But then I couldn't forget. It's all nostalgia. And that's also what I'm playing with this movie. You know, I don't know if you know, when you think of nostalgia, you only remember the good. So I remember Kuch Kuch, then Kabhi Kushi. And then we were literally waiting for Kal Ho Na Ho to come. Then even Kabhi Alveda Na Kehna. I think that one wasn't as popular, but I still loved it because what he does.
I love Ho Na Ho the most.
That was beautiful. Each one just got more modern, more brighter, more love and cheese and right. So, but Kabhi,
Did you use that thing any of those things in the movie?
Yeah, so you know, you've seen the movie, like there is that, and I think that is something people are still learning to get used to again. I have seen some of the comments. I do see people find it very cheesy, but I want everybody to know we did that on purpose because what we were trying to do is not replicate modern day Bollywood. We were not trying, and I love modern day Bollywood. I love what's coming out of the industry, but what I wanted to do was bring back nostalgia. You know, even Dil To Pagal Hai, another favorite, where you just look at each other, just you see their eyes, and you know they love each other. Right? So that is why.
Song, in fact, even that song, no, Dil To Pagal Hai.
Yes, another childhood one, exactly. So that was always in my head, and I would love to continue down that stream because everybody's different, right? And everybody escapism, right? That I find that life, the 90s, a lot simpler than where we are today. And why not bring back that old-fashioned romance?
Definitely. You know, talking about you are a motivation speaker, you know, what would you give your advice, like आज के generation के लिए आप क्या advice देंगे? क्योंकि आज की generation ना बहुत impatient है, on spot चीजें चाहिए, वो बैठ के meditation वाली चीज बहुत कम लोगों में है.
So the one of the major things I like to tell people, and I literally design my whole course around this, is there are two very important factors for happiness. One is to dream big, which I totally advocate. It doesn't matter how. I mean, like I'm an example. I just woke up one day and said I want to make a movie. I had no idea in a span of a year from where to where it would go, and today it's a Netflix original. You know, so
do you believe in that? You know, putting out in the universe and it will give you
100%, 100%. Of course, put it out there. And a lot of skeptics who question the law of attraction or question putting it out there, I'm never, ever advocating not working hard for it. It's as important to work hard and take your steps.
Definitely.
As it is to dream big. In fact, I'm going off topic, but the law of momentum is as important as the law of attraction. So law of momentum says do one thing every day to go towards your goal. So you can't just put it out there and go do something else. It's put it out there and work towards it with the positive mindset. So that's one aspect to the generation, that please dream big. But while you're dreaming big, and this is something I made a mistake for the longest part of my life, is while you're doing the journey, also stay present. And I know it sounds like a contradiction, but it's very important to do both, because if you're only dreaming big, you're going to always be anxious. And if you're only stuck in the present and not dreaming, then you're always going to be just not aiming for something. So the real key idea is to combine the two, that while you're looking at your big picture, enjoy the journey. And I can say that this movie making, I had so much fun making the movie, as much as I'm enjoying the fruits of it now. So it's as important to go through both.
Do you think कि आज के time में social media का addiction इतना ज़्यादा, that is the reason people are getting more anxious, because उनका जो patience है वो घटता जा रहा है because of that? You know, we are just getting very addicted to it, and you know, every 15 seconds we get the entertainment. You know, so it is really you know, it is really difficult for people to sit down and actually watch a movie in theater without their phones.
Yeah, I can see that, and more so even at home, right? Like now we're all home more, watching and you're tweeting. I think
continuously scrolling and, you know, continuously refreshing and just checking out. Even there's nothing, कुछ भी नहीं है वहाँ पे.
Yeah, I'm actually fairly new to the social media world, and wow, it's an addiction. Yesterday I had to put my phone away because it just didn't stop. I even saw someone comment that, oh, I uploaded a little snippet of the movie, and they're like, oh, we're currently on that scene. And I'm like, how did they stop the movie? Know that I uploaded to tell me that they're on the same scene as what I'd up. That's what I mean. I totally agree with you. And at the same time, though, life seems to have gone that way. Like as much as, yes, we're all addicted, it's almost like a necessity now, right? So we definitely need that balance. And I think, maybe using a lot of these tools to sort of switching it off for a bit, or, trying to go inwards for a bit before, because it can really mess with your mind.
You do meditation and a lot of things. So, if you can, give some tips to the viewers, why is it necessary for you to stay away from your phone little bit?
So it's just about going inwards, right? And to be honest, sometimes you have to unplug to get some more energy again, and then go back to your real world. Because if your mind and mental health is so important, if your mind gets influenced, and there's a lot. One thing that I'm also learning is, I love to keep myself in my happiness bubble and my positive bubble, but we're also in real life. There's a lot of negative out there, and you can't
Exactly.
filter that with social media. So I think that that's really important, because sometimes you forget reality. And that even happened to me, to be honest. I was looking at social media and I'm like, is this the truth? Switched it off and I realized, wait a minute, this is not my bubble. So definitely unplugging to come back to reality, and no one's saying not to do it, but definitely in a balance for sure.
Definitely, definitely. If you could give one advice to 16-year-old Hamisha, three advice, chalo, three piece of advice if you could give to 16-year-old Hamisha, and if that 16-year-old Hamisha could give three pieces of advice to you right now, what would it be?
So what I would tell the 16-year-old today is, just don't be scared. I was a scared 16-year-old. Really.
Really? Scared of
Yeah.
what?
So I just scared. I mean, I had this dream I told you since I was 10. So that dream from 10 moved to the back, and I forgot about it. I actually went to hospitality school instead. So, looking now, maybe everything happened at the right time. I solidly believe that. I had to go through my journey, but just don't have fear, have confidence, and people are nice. Our age of that whole teenager age, things can be tough and everything's going to work out. So I would love to tell my 16-year-old self that. My 16-year-old self to tell myself now is to just chill out a little, also come back, be a kid again. I miss those days of just not having that responsibility. And like, what did we do at 16? Go to school, study, enjoy the studying. So Namaste Wahala is a Bollywood Nollywood rom-com. It's a lot of fun. It's something where you put the TV on and you just escape. Just go back in time. Think of the old school romance. Think of maybe, for the people who are older, think about what it was like when you were young and you fell in love. And apart from the fun, there's also a little bit of message in there, which I would love for you to look out for, because I always believe if you're putting something out in the world, let's put something positive out there as well. So whatever you take from it, I hope you got the messages that I tried to interweave in there, and just have fun, enjoy it, and let me know what you think. And please go watch it so we can get to number one.
Yes, guys, come on. Let's do this. Thank you so much.